Howdy there, Chip Chip, and welcome to the new year. My friend, we've made it to 2022. We've all survived, and I'm so happy for that. And every year, you know what that means. It's time to look back on the year. And well, if you look back behind me, you'll notice all of the manga that has been added to this collection since the year has started. To think I was at 180 volumes when this year started. And I'm over in, I believe, the 250 section now, which is just absurd to me. I've read a lot of great series, a lot of new series, and I cannot wait to share them with you, my friend. So, no more lollygagging. We're going to jump right into it. See you on the other side. Alright, so we're going to start before we get to the shelf. We're going to get to everything around the shelf. So, first thing we got here is this very glary Dragon Ball Super poster that I bought at Five Below for, guess what? $5. Got the poster frame, very poggers, really cool. And then we got the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, very poggers poster, same thing, Five Below. Got it framed, both of them are framed, very nice. Then right beside it, we have my pop punk CD albums. Any of them that y'all like, let me know. My favorite one is easily Dude Ranch. Dude Ranch is my spirit animal. I could snort and inject that in my veins every single day. And that's followed secondly by Descendants' Milo Goes to College. The rest of the stuff's fantastic, though. Alright, back to the anime and manga. We got, who's this guy's name? I don't know. If anybody knows who this guy's name is, let me know in the comments below, because I have no clue. I honestly just found this on the street one day, and he was just looking kind of lonely. So I have no idea who this guy is. If someone could please tell me, let me know. And what anime and manga he's from, because this looks very cool, that I would definitely check out the anime or manga from wherever he's from. And right beside him we have Gogeta, the best fusion of Goku and Vegeta, no cap, no lie. And I'm super happy that he's now officially canon. Like, I didn't really care if he was canon or not, but like, bro, I'm just super happy to see him in like a gorgeous movie like the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, which is fantastic if you're a Dragon Ball fan. And this pose is my favorite. Do like a little hop skip right before he does his like little, I don't know what it's called, like jelly bean attack or something. Super cool. And Fusion Reborn and Dragon Ball Super Broly are some of my favorite movies from the Dragon Ball series. And then over here, we have the best version of Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, which is very poggers indeed. Really like the pose on this one. I personally think Super Saiyan 4 Goku's a better look. And Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, though, easily is the best one in my opinion. But I am not complaining about Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta with his very tight jeans and purple gloves. Over here we got two very cool characters. We got Goku from one of my, if y'all have seen my old animation from before I went on break, that's the figure I used to do the animation for my intro. And then we have Luffy over here, which I bought at Walmart, which is very cool. I bought him at like this like super discount store where all discount places like stuff that isn't sold goes. So that was really cool. I paid like $10 for him, which I thought was amazing. And he's got so many like poses and actions. Easily my favorite figure of all time because of that. Under him though, who's taking all the spotlight, is a Krogunk, which is one of my favorite Pokemon. And then right over here we have a Super Boo, really tiny Super Boo. It's really cool though. I really like it. And over here we have a big fat E with a bunch of comic books on it. If anybody didn't know, my name is Ethan, and not One Great Manga War. Sadly, I know, truly disturbing. But this has a bunch of Marvel comics on it, which I really do enjoy Marvel. I don't know if it's better than DC though. DC's got some really good characters like Blue Beetle and Superman. Superman is my favorite comic book character of all time, easily. A lot of people really don't understand his character arc, and I'm not going to go into detail about why he's the best, but just if you haven't read any of his comics yet and you've only checked him out from like the movies and you just believe that he isn't a good character because he's overpowered, I would definitely check it out because it's so much better than what you would think. And then one of my favorite franchises of all time is Sonic the Hedgehog. If y'all watched my comic book, if you watched my comic book video I did, you noticed I had a crap ton of Sonic comics, and I mean a crap ton. So I have these two figures right here. And every time I go into like the Target area, a Target store, it's just like I go over there and I see the Sonic figures and I'm like, do I really need a Super Sonic or a Super Shadow, even though I already got both of those? It's like, do I really need an extra version of it. Like, it's so hard just not to buy these, because these are like 10 bucks a pop. These are so cheap and so good for the quality that they are. I mean, come like little toys and stuff with them. So Sonic came with like a Knuckles like coin. It was weird. But yeah, I really love these figures, and I really love Sonic the Hedgehog in general. Favorite series. Can't wait for the new Sonic game to come out, Sonic Frontiers. That's going to be super exciting. And the fact that Ian Flynn, one of the comic writers, is a part of it, oh my god. It's going to be good. And we got this Boo lamp that I've never turned into a lamp. It's got like LEDs in the back. I haven't put them in there yet because I was afraid they were going to corrode and mess it up. I really should put some in there though, because I've had this for like 2 years. And I love it to death because I think it's so freaking cool. And I know it's going to be even cooler when I put batteries in it, but I haven't put batteries in it yet. We got some more Pokemon. We got this Mudkip, which I absolutely adore. Mudkip's another one of my favorite Pokemon. I like blue Pokemon now that I think about it, but this is my favorite starter of all time. Nom. And then we have this really cool Groudon. I believe that's his name. It's been so long. I believe that's a Groudon. If I'm not, then y'all can tell me. But like, I love this. This is one of my lesser favorites. I'm more of a Kyogre guy when it comes to Alpha and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire and Ruby and Sapphire. I am definitely more of the camp of Kyogre because he's obviously blue. But yeah, really cool figure. And then I have a statue of Buddha. And then as a gag gift this year for Christmas, my mom and dad bought me this golden dog because they said Buddha was looking lonely all by himself, which I thought was really sweet. And then we have a Beerus just laying in the back, just sleeping as Beerus would normally would. And now we're going to move on to the manga. Look at this, guys. So obviously, if you have been for my channel, if you've been interacting with my channel for any period of time now, y'all know One Piece is my favorite series of all time. And that's why it's the first thing on the shelf. So we got One Piece Volumes 1, all the way to 50, and then we skip 51. We have a 52, 53, and 54, and 58 and 59. Now, I have not bought any new One Piece volumes in so long, and I really want to get back into it. It's like everyone says about One Piece, it's just a very big jump into it. For me, though, it's more or less to the fact that I like buying my manga really freaking cheap, and I cannot find 51 for under $10, which is like, oh, that's a normal price for a manga, but like, no, bro. I buy my manga like $6, $5, $4 most of the time. So I'm waiting to find 51 and then buying the rest of these. The only reason I have 52, 53, and 54, which was a very gracious gift from my brother for Christmas a couple years back, and then 58, 59 I found on my birthday at a game exchange for $5 each. So like, of course I'm gonna pick them up. And then my second series of all time is Love is War. I do not have very much Love is War, but I need to get some more of it once Volume 9 gets back in stock anywhere. Absolutely adore Love is War. It's such a fantastic romance series. I am a huge fan of romance, not gonna lie. This definitely has that kind of feeling of being a teenager and not knowing if the other person likes you and you're really nervous about it. And one of the best parts about this I don't really see a lot about in romance series is you see both sides of the equation. You can see the girls' thoughts and you see the boys' thoughts, and then them clash it out in like battles or whatever. It's really cool and really fun, and I really love this series. It's super wholesome and really funny too. And seeing some of the side characters get involved in some of their schemes to make the other players, the other two characters to like confess to each other is really funny, because you never know when they're coming or anything like that. It's a fantastic series. Check it out if you haven't. One of the series that changed my life, and the next one after that, is Great Teacher Onizuka. Great Teacher Onizuka is absolutely amazing. Too bad it's so freaking expensive. I feel sorry every time I have to, like, I say, oh man, check out Great Teacher Onizuka. Because, like, you can't find it anywhere for, like, cheap. Most of these volumes, except for the ones on the end, are like $30 each online. Do not pay that price for this series. It is amazing and is probably worth that price, but, like, just don't feed into that. These two especially are like in the $100 range area. Do not pay for that. It's not worth it. This is one of my favorite series of all time. It's about a teacher who's not really a teacher, who doesn't really act like a teacher. He's a smoking cool guy who rides motorcycles and is part of like a gang. Not what you would typically consider a teacher would do, right? and he gets one of the worst classes in the school, and he has to help them through their problems so that they will like him and actually listen to him and respect him. And it's one of the best series of all time because of the lessons that he teaches those kids who go through all kinds of mental hell. And this series does not hide anything. This is actual problems that kids that actually deal with. Really deep topics like suicide, rape, low self-esteem, and just stuff like that's just absolutely shocking to see in a series like this. And it's super good because of that. Because it doesn't hide anything. These kids have issues, and it goes into them in a very nice detail. It makes you really feel for these characters, because it feels like you're either one of those characters, or you know someone who's been like one of those characters, and that's just awesome. Absolutely adore this series. Check it out if you haven't. Someone illegally uploaded it to YouTube, the full anime, so check that out. That's how I found out about it first. It's super good, fantastic series. And then we have GTO 14 Days in Shonen. This is like a middle ground area, so like this takes place like sometime during like spring break. It's pretty good. It's more GTO. The thing about GTO is it's always going to be the same. So if you don't want to pay the outrageous prices for this, and you're fine missing the first and third volume, check it out. It's pretty good. Nothing I can really say besides what I've said about GTO. It goes over some of the same topics in lesser detail, and it's a great series, just nowhere near as good as the original. Next one we got over here is Osamu Tezuka's fictionalized biography of Buddha. Absolutely fantastic. I want to do a review of this in the future because I don't see a lot of people talk about it. This is a must-read, in my opinion, of Osamu Tezuka's work, and I see why he's considered the Walt Disney of manga in Japan. Because, like, holy crap, this is amazing. And some other series he's written, like Blackjack, I really want to get into. And I've read a little bit of Astro Boy, which is also really good. But definitely check out Buddha. This is one of his best works he's ever made. Next one we got over here is the absolute classic, Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Nobody could tell me otherwise that this is one of the most best things in the whole world. Not even lying, guys. Nagatoro fans, where you at? Represent. Honest to God. Nagatoro is a very good series. Basically, the Nagatoro likes pretty much teasing the crap out of the main character, and because of that, he has to grow a backbone and get used to the teasing, and he becomes a stronger man because of that. And that's really interesting seeing, because we usually don't see that in romance. And it's really fun, too, because, like, some small stuff that you would normally see in romance series, like asking someone out on a date, like, isn't, like, a big deal, right? Well, for a series like this, which takes till volume 7 for him to even ask to hang out with her, like, outside of school, is just absolutely amazing. It's like, oh my god, he did it! He finally actually did it! I'm so proud of him. And, like, I'm holding the manga, I got my fist up in the air, and I'm like, oh my god, this is absolutely amazing. And it's just super wholesome. I gotta smile every time I'm reading it. It's just great. Not for everybody, though. Especially the first volume can be a little iffy with the teasing that she does, because it starts out really, really, really rough. Borderlining on the point of bullying. But, like, immediately after, like, the first couple chapters, it immediately drops in the severity of it, and then eventually becomes super wholesome, which I greatly appreciate, and thank to God it didn't stay that way. Next thing we got over here is Beck Mongolian Chop Squad. I absolutely adore Beck Mongolian Chop Squad. Really great series. It's about a kid finding his passion for music, and I absolutely love series about kids finding passion for what they do and following their dreams, no matter how hard it may be, because I really relate to that with what I want to do with my life. So I really, really love this series. Too bad it's out of print and not complete in America. It only goes up to volume 12, and volume 11 is like stupidly expensive. Volume 12 ain't too bad, but this series is out of print, and I absolutely love it so much. Check it out if you haven't. If you can, try to pick up the physical volumes, because I think physical volumes are better than digital. But if you can't, no worries. Amazon Prime has this whole series for free, including the ones that never came out in English physically, so I definitely recommend it if you haven't yet. Another one of my favorites is Ping Pong. Ping Pong's another series about a passion kind of thing. So we have this main character named Pico, who helps these other 4 characters realize the love of the sport of ping pong, and allowing them to pass their boundaries and limits of what they believe ping pong is, and find the love and joy in it. And that's just absolutely amazing. And I love this series to death. And it's only 2 volumes. It's super, super good and super quick read. I definitely recommend it. Next one, we have the single volume of Hellsing. Really like Hellsing. Just need to get more of it, especially those gorgeous big dummy thick volumes. I don't know what they're called. Deluxe editions. Yes, deluxe editions. They are fantastic, and I need to pick up more of this. I bought this at like a game exchange for like $5. I eventually do plan on getting rid of it eventually once I get the rest of the series and the glorious hardcovers. So yeah, then we have one random volume of Death Note, volume 1 of Black Edition. This was before I started watching anime a lot more heavily. So I read the first volume of Death Note, thought it was absolutely amazing, right? And then I recommended the anime series to my brother because we watch anime together, and we ended up watching Death Note together. And I didn't really see a point of buying more of this. Yeah, but the series is absolutely amazing. Check it out if you haven't. Next series we have is Chainsaw Man. I mean, honest to God, Chainsaw Man's really freaking amazing, and one of the best when it comes to shonen that's out right now. It takes it in a very unique and approach that we have not seen before in shonen, and I greatly appreciate that. The main character is super unique, even though he's just horny, which is freaking hilarious at times. And seeing all the crazy crap they get into is absolutely fantastic. The series is super fast, super crazy. You just feels like a roller coaster ride. You're like, what the heck is even going on? It's that kind of like craziness that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or Fist of the North Star give, and I really, really do adore it. So check it out if you haven't. Rurouni Kenshin's another fantastic series. All these series are fantastic, and you're gonna hear that a lot from me. But Rurouni Kenshin's really good. I have volumes 1 through 3. They're just in the back right there. 1 through 4, my bad. And it's just really good. Really great series. A lot of very interesting stuff that you really don't see in shonen, which I really think is really awesome. So the main character is actually 27. He used to be in a part of a war where he went as Botosai the Manslayer. And the whole idea of this whole series is him conquering his demons of the past. He's stopped killing now, and he's deciding he wants to move on to a better life, where he will not kill anymore and becomes a wandering samurai with a sword that's not bent, but it's flipped on the inside, so where the sharp side is pointing towards him rather than the outside on the opponent. The dull side's where the opponent's pointing, and that's really interesting because it shows who he is as a character. He has a lot of wisdom, something you really don't see a lot with shonen characters because he's older, and it's just really good and really amazing. And I'm absolutely happy I found this series. Definitely check it out if you haven't. There are some issues with this series, mainly with the writer and artist of the series being put in jail for stuff he did. So he liked like little children and stuff. So I don't really care if you like buy the series brand new and support him. Whatever, it's up to you, man. But if you don't want to support him, definitely buy used. But yeah, I just figured I would tell you that. Because some people, like, anytime you hear Rurouni Kenshin, like, Rurouni Kenshin's amazing, but the author is a really bad person, you know, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, check it out if you haven't yet. Now, this next series, I was incredibly lucky to get randomly off a random comic book website for $13 a pop. And this is Battle Royale Ultimate Editions Volumes 1 through 3. This series is something else. Holy crap. This is where the Battle Royale genre started, is right here. And this series is absolutely amazing. These hardcovers are amazing. It's a really, really dark and absolutely brutal series. The gore is absolutely insane, and I really like it because of that. Because I like gore. I like gore a lot. But, like, it is over the top. It is really disgusting. And this series is not for everybody. I will tell you straight up, this series is not for everybody. It's about little kids murdering each other on a island, which is the same thing that happened with that one series that's like was really popular back in the day, Hunger Games. Except it's a lot more gory, a lot more violent, and a lot more dark. So, and they're in Volume 3, especially Ultimate Edition Volume 3 especially. There's a rape scene in here that is really, really tough to get through. And if you do not want to see that, do not read this series because it is brutal. But if you can stomach all that stuff and you feel mature enough that you can read through this series is absolutely amazing. This is stupid fun, watching people's heads get blown off, and it's just really fun to read because it's like, oh, I really like this character. Boom, he's dead. I like this character. Boom, he's dead. I like this girl. Boom, she's dead. It's like, holy crap, everybody's dying left and right. There's so many characters, and they're all given such detail and background for such a series with so many characters that is so freaking short. And I absolutely adore it. It's so good. So good. Definitely check it out if you haven't yet, if you can find it for really cheap, because this series is not cheap. You may also be wondering why I don't have 4 and 5. 4 and 5 is stupidly hard to find, and I probably will not find it in my lifetime unless I can find it somewhere cheap. Hoping to God I can, because I really want to finish this series, but for right now, it's going to be stuck with the first 3 volumes, because this series is absolutely good, and I do recommend it if you can stomach through and tolerate the amount of stuff that goes on in the series, which is absolutely insane. Next thing we got here is 1 volume of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Volume 1. Part 4 is my favorite. I wanted to get the first volume of it because it's my favorite of all the JoJo parts. I watched the anime for all of them. Really great, solid series. Definitely recommend. If you have not checked out JoJo yet, you must be living under a rock, honestly. It's really good. Really good stuff. Absolutely crazy, and do recommend. Fist of the North Star was something I really wanted to try out this year after I found a random Amazon listing back in January of it saying that this was coming out. And I was like, I have to try this out because this is a classic. Absolute classic manga. And it's so freaking good. Oh my god. So, imagine JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, right? The absolute crazy crap that happens. And then, like, make the main character, like, a combination of Bruce Lee and Jesus, and you have the best type of gore you can get in a manga. This is just what I call stupid fun. It's really good. There'll be moments where, like, he'll be like, this bad guy, like, oh, I don't know why I should care for this bad guy. And then, like, he kills children. You're like, oh my god, this guy's evil. And then, like, next chapter, he gets his head beaten into, or his body explodes. And it's just really stupid fun. Not a lot of it makes sense. But because of that, it adds to the charm of the series. And I really do enjoy Fist of the North Star. And definitely check it out if you have not yet. Going from ultra gory to ultra wholesome, we have Saint Youngman, which is about Jesus and Buddha living in an apartment in Japan and doing really wholesome stuff like snowball fights, ice skating, checking out different places and cafes. Really great stuff. Really do recommend. This series can get a little bit repetitious, though, mainly due to the fact it's just Jesus and Buddha doing wholesome stuff. If you do like religion and philosophy, definitely check this out, because there's so many references to both. And both are done such justice in this that I greatly appreciate the author taking the time and effort to really go in depth into both of these figures in religion and philosophy, and that's just awesome. I do really recommend this, so check it out if you haven't. Next one we got here right beside Electric Man is Blanche. I got Blanche volumes 1 through 39 in the 3-in-1s. Absolutely great series. I love Blanche. Especially everything up to like volume 24, I would say, is like absolutely great stuff. It dips a little bit in this area right here, mainly because it's just fighting with characters that don't have a lot of like background and story to them, which makes me kind of sad. There's some good parts in here, especially in these 2 volumes. But eventually, right here, it starts picking up again, which I greatly appreciate. And I'll be picking up more once I can find the volumes in stock again, because that's an issue with manga right now, because it's getting really popular, which I greatly appreciate, and I'm really happy for, seeing more people get into it. But it also makes me sad because I can't pick up popular series like Blanche 3-in-1s for cheap. Speaking of series that are not cheap, Initial D volumes 1 through 20. I picked this up at the comic book store that I always go to, and I really like Initial D, especially up to, I believe, volume 17. I wanted to stop at volume 17, but I bought the place I bought it from was like, you could buy the first 10 volumes for $40, and you can buy the next 10 volumes for another $40. So I was like, okay, I'll just buy it all. It's a really great series, absolutely fantastic, especially from volumes 1 to like 12. There's this absolutely fantastic arc with the main love interest that I really think is absolutely interesting and really fun. And after that, he goes through like this arc where he's getting out of high school and having to find his passion in life, which he eventually finds out is racing. Which is why I say about volume 18 is where the series kind of dips for me, because after we have this beautiful arc with these with the main love interest and the main character, it just kind of becomes racing, and there isn't that much character arcs to go through anymore. Because right here is what felt like a finite conclusion to me, where he finds his passion, he finds his love interest, and he decides to move forward in life. And then it just kind of, like, that's a good place you could end it, but instead it just keeps going. And it's fine if it keeps going, it's perfectly fine. It's just, I feel like that's where it should end. and I'm not really interested in reading any more of it after reading those 2 volumes, so I'll leave it there for right now. So unless I really want to get some car racing injected into my veins. I will say the artwork starts out really rough, but watching this man's artwork go from, okay, this is very unique artwork, but I'm not a big fan of it, to absolutely jaw-dropping, stunning stuff that I would never believe this man could ever draw, is just amazing to me. I absolutely adore the artwork in the later half of the series, because it is absolutely fantastic. Definitely recommend the first 17 or 18 volumes of Initial D to anybody, because it's really fantastic. Another series about finding your passion, and I just love it a lot. It's free on Amazon Prime, the whole series is, even the ones that did not come out in English, because this was not complete. They ended at volume 33 in English, even though it goes up to volume 44 for the whole series, which all 44 volumes are up on Amazon Prime right now for free, and I definitely recommend it. It's a very good series, and should be checked out if you enjoy this kind of stuff. And if you like car racing, you're going to love this. Honest to God, if you like car racing, you're going to love this series, and you'll probably read all 44 volumes. But I'm not a big fan of car racing. I was more for the characters and the story, so I'm going to leave it right there. Alright, keep moving down to the bottom. We have Tokyo Ghoul Re, volumes 1 through 16. Why Tokyo Ghoul Re instead of Tokyo Ghoul? I got this as a Christmas gift, and I cannot find Tokyo Ghoul anywhere. The box set, because everyone's buying it because it's a fantastic series, apparently. Tokyo Ghoul is pretty good. I couldn't really get into it because I haven't read the first series yet, and I feel like if I read the first series, I would be a lot better at understanding what's going on with the characters, because I was absolutely lost reading this. But I do want to get the original series and then reread when I'm done with the original. It's just a matter of time when that's going to happen. But if you do like Tokyo Ghoul, I do recommend Tokyo Ghoul because it's going to be the same stuff, I believe. Hunter x Hunter Volume 1. This is another thing like the Death Note Black Edition, where I bought this before I watched the anime with my brother, and we both watched the anime. Really great series, not gonna lie. Hunter x Hunter is really great. Chimera Ant arc is not that great though. My favorite's Yorknu. Any Yorknu fans that believe Yorknu's better, automatically get a handshake from me. But if you enjoy the other series better, that's perfectly fine. I really don't care. But like, dude, Yorknu's where it's at, honestly. Then we got Yu-Gi-Oh! This one is fun fact, is my first manga I ever bought that I actually bought knowing it was manga. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is that I used to buy, like, you know, the Pokemon books, and I'm like, oh, Pokemon, I love Pokemon, right? But I bought this at a Barnes & Noble when I was, like, 11, the first volume. And I was expecting it to be, like, the 4Kids stuff. And I was immediately shocked to see that there was so much new material that was never released. I was shocked. I was like, what? This never came out in America. I didn't know this even existed, right? And it also was very, very perverted and very much not something an 11-year-old me should have got my hands on. But I loved it either way. I read this crap in 6th grade so many times. This was in my bag in 6th grade, and if you could tell, this thing is beaten up. And I loved it to death. It was a great book. And I read it all the time. Then we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I don't have 4, 5, and 6 because I didn't buy it at the time I was reading this. And I really don't have that big of an incentive to buy the rest of it because it's not like a series that I really want to purchase more of. Because I already have so many series I need to finish first before I even think about doing Yu-Gi-Oh! But Yu-Gi-Oh! Is really good part of my childhood. I did play the card game, and I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I also played the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Spirit Color on DS, which was a lot of fun. So I built this deck that was specifically made with, what's that? It's poison. I don't remember what the card's name is. But, like, it would, like, if your opponent's minions were, like, higher than this attack point value, 1500, they couldn't play it. And, like, the CPUs couldn't do jack crap about it, which was hilarious. Anyway, we have Mob Psycho 100, Volume 3 in Reagan. Reagan was really disappointing to me. I was super shocked how mediocre Reagan was. And I really wouldn't recommend Reagan, if I'm being honest with y'all. But Mob Psycho 100 is fantastic, though. Really do recommend it, especially the anime. Anime's freaking amazing in this. Both seasons are. I definitely recommend the anime over the manga, but the manga's still really good. We have Volume 16 and 17 of Toriko. Toriko! I love Toriko so much. Really good series. I really like food. Toriko likes a lot of food. It's a series about food and shonen. I had to check it out. and I really do enjoy Toriko. Just need to find more volumes of it when I feel like it. These volumes were bought at a game exchange again for like $5 each. Really glad I did, because this one's like stupidly expensive online. But I do want to buy more Toriko because I really did enjoy what I read. Just need to get through the crap load of Shonen already got on my hands. Because this series is like 42 volumes, which ain't too bad. Like, I want to finish Rurouni Kenshin first. And One Piece and stuff like that. The fact that One Piece has hit 100 volumes makes me super happy. Because this series deserves to hit 100 volumes. And the fact the story is still interesting at that point is just amazing to me. It makes my heart gush so much. Super happy about that. Next one we got is one of my favorite volumes of Dragon Ball of all time, and that is Dragon Ball. That time I got reincarnated as Yamcha. This is a really goofy, really fun read. It's super short. I really wish there was so much more to this. There's like maybe 120 pages in this. Which is really sad because the idea is really amazing. And it definitely feels rushed in some areas, which I would have loved to see this at least be two full-size volumes. I feel like if that was like 2 full-size volumes, I'd be really happy with that. But it's not. It's just one half-size volume. It's really good, though. I recommend it to anybody who's a Dragon Ball fan. There's a lot of references. And I had a really big grin on my face while reading this. It was super good. We have Dragon Ball 3 in Vizbig Volume 1, and then Dragon Ball Z Vizbig Volume 4. Got this for Christmas one year, and then I got this for myself several years back. I do want to buy the rest of Dragon Ball. I just don't know when. I do want to finish Super first, especially since the Moro arc has been finally printed in English, and oh my god, the Moro arc is so good, not even lying, guys. This is the best arc in Super, most likely. I need to pick up 9, 10, and 11, and then Volume 15 is dropping January 4th, and I need to pick that up too. I already got pre-ordered, but I really like the Moro arc. It's super good. Something you don't see a lot in Dragon Ball 2, which I greatly appreciate. Vegeta got a lot more character development in this, which was awesome, and I'm really happy about that. And I do really recommend Dragon Ball Super if you haven't yet. Especially the Moro arc. Honestly, you could just watch the anime. Just watch the anime, and then after the Tournament of Power, pick up Volume 9 and go from there. I do believe 3, 4, and the Zamasu arc is a lot better in the manga than it is in the anime. A lot of people don't like the Zamasu arc. I absolutely adore the Zamasu arc, especially the manga. I do recommend it. Check it out. I hear the Tournament of Power in this is rough, but I'll pick it up eventually. But yeah, I really enjoy it. Need to pick up more. Now this one is a little bit of a deep cut, which I greatly like. It's called Gone. This is about a super cute dinosaur who is just doing dinosaur things. And the artwork in this is gorgeous. So gorgeous. Look at that. Oh my god. It's super good, super wholesome, and I love it. It's so good. I can't lie to y'all and say this series brings a smile on my face. It's so just wholesome. And it's really beautiful because it's wordless. This is a wordless manga. It's super unique in that sense. And the artwork's gorgeous, and I do recommend it to anybody, including little children, because this series is fantastic for little children. But it's just really good, super wholesome, and it can be read by literally anybody, as long as you're not blind. Next one we got is Astro Boy. Astro Boy is really good. I really liked this volume of Astro Boy, really poggers. Bought this for 10 cents at a yard sale. Do you recommend Astro Boy? I do need to pick up more of it. I just don't know when. It's not very much on my list of stuff I have must-reads. But it's something I do enjoy. And then then we're going to move into non-manga. We're going to move into graphic novels real quick. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Really fantastic series. Another romance series. This is what I like to call romance for dudes. This is the definition of romance for dudes. A bunch of fighting. Really good stuff. Really like it. And it's just super great. And we got this random Ultimate Spider-Man, The World According to Peter Parker, which I believe is the reboot. It was good, nothing too crazy. And then I have this really beat-up copy of Planeswalkers, Magic the Gathering graphic novel. I'm really into Magic the Gathering. This sucked, though. This sucked so bad. I did not like it that much. But with that is the whole manga collection. Now I'm going to cut back to the original camera and I'll meet you all over there. Alright, so I know when this video started, I said I had about 250 volumes. But do you know the exact amount? If you've been counting throughout the whole video, you will know. If you did count, let me know. Because I want to see how close you did. Because we did this on the stream one time, and like, someone guessed it right on the dot, and that was absolutely terrifying. So, let's see if we can use that magic again. Striver, you got this, my friend. Alright, so, the answer is 257. That is how much manga I got on my shelf right now, which is absurd, and I'm incredibly proud about it. And it's going to grow even more. Last year I had 183, I believe. So I went up by over 70 volumes. I have read over 70 volumes this year, which means I have read about one book every 5 days. That's pretty poggers. Not gonna lie to you guys. That's absolutely amazing. And so many series that I haven't read before have become some of my favorites of all time from this year. We have Buddha, Nagatoro, Battle Royale, Fist of the North Star, Rurouni Kenshin, Ping Pong. All these series, Chainsaw Man, oh my god, Chainsaw Man. All these series that I've picked up in the year, all have found their ways onto my top 10 list, all from this year alone. Heck, 2 of those series are my top 5 now, pushing out some series that I absolutely adore in the back, which is insane to me. And I've changed a lot in a year. I've changed so much in a year. And a lot of these volumes definitely changed me for the better, and I greatly appreciate that. And because of some of these volumes, like I said, I've changed. I've become better. I've become different. And every year, we all learn and we get better. And even if life sucks right now, there's always something that you can learn from it. And that's something I always really love about life. It doesn't matter how bad it gets. It doesn't matter how weak you are at that moment. By the time you get out, you'll be able to reflect, and then you'll figure out what is wrong, and you'll be able to change it for the better for the next year so you can be better and stronger. And if it takes you longer than a year, then by golly, eventually you'll figure it out. And that's what's so beautiful about life. And a lot of these books have taught me about that. And I greatly appreciate that. So, with that, my friend, thank you for watching. See you next year on my next manga collection. And as always, go out there and read some manga, my beautiful, beautiful chimp champs.